He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to a Wednesday edition of Ocala Talks. As we go into coming out of the pandemic, there's a lot of jobs that are back open. And America's biggest single-day job recruiting event is happening today. That's right. Amazon Career Day 2021 is aiming to fill, wait for it, 40,000 positions, corporate and tech, across the United States. There's a lot more going on to that in addition to helping job seekers, though. Jenna Powers, she's the Amazon Director of Recruiting. She joins us this morning to talk about this very special day and what it holds for current and future employees. Jenna, good morning to you. This is a big day for Amazon. 40,000 jobs are being offered, and with a distribution center here in Ocala, we got to think some of those jobs are right here in Ocala.
You got to think some of those jobs are right there in Ocala. Thanks so much for having me. You gave the corporate and tech job number. That's 40,000 across 220 locations. We have 125,000 across our operations networks, including 8,000 across the state of Florida.
Okay, that's a whole bunch of numbers and a big amount of numbers. That means
a
lot of people that say I can't find work, you can today.
Yes, absolutely. And
okay.
we want those people.
Tell us about Career Day and what is happening.
Yeah, what's happening at Career Day, I would encourage people to head over to AmazonCareerDay.com. There they will find resources available, whether it's resume advice about how to update that resume, whether it's interviewing advice, whether it's advice around, how might I change jobs? All of that will be available at AmazonCareerDay.com.
So then it's going to be helpful for people that may be trying to get back out into the workforce. We're giving them some tips on how to prepare for interviews, how to get their resume done and everything. And then they can use that for the subsequent interviews they may get today because it's Career Day?
Absolutely. All of those resources they'll be able to take, whether it's to a job at Amazon or whether it's other employers they may be looking at.
We have the Amazon Distribution Center here, so this is something that I'm sure there's jobs right here in Ocala to fill. Is this a time-sensitive career day? What time period is it going? Is it a 24-hour career day? How's that working?
So Career Day events are broadcasting for the first time between noon and 2:30 Eastern today. However, we understand not everybody's going to be able to log on at that time. The resources available on the website will continue to be available on the website even after today. Additionally, those jobs will continue to be open until they're filled. And I got to tell you, we're also opening new roles all the time. So for people listening across Ocala, I would say absolutely Amazon.jobs is the place to apply. I'll also say as well that these are roles across Ocala that have a starting wage of $15 an hour. That's double the federal minimum wage. There's health benefits available on day one, 20 weeks of parental leave, as well as some pretty amazing upskilling once people are in the door at Amazon to help them to continue to grow their career.
I read an article yesterday that was about Career Day and all, that while you say there's jobs starting at $15, the article I read said the actual average starting hourly rate across the board for Amazon is more like, when you take into effect all the jobs available, it's more like $18.75 an hour on average is the starting salary. So we're talking about pretty good paying jobs.
Exactly. Yes.
Let's talk then for a minute. We know about, if a new hire, you want to come in and you want to find out about Amazon, get a job at Amazon. But what about people that are already working at Amazon and they want to grow with the company? Is Career Day designed for them as well?
Career Day is absolutely designed for them as well. And, we have some pretty fantastic benefits for people who work at Amazon. We've made a commitment to a $1.2 billion investment in our own employees. And that includes 100% college tuition reimbursement. It includes things like our Amazon Technical Academy, in which we train non-technical Amazon employees in technical roles and allow them to move within the company, as well as Amazon Career Choice, which again is an opportunity for people to upskill and get certifications in a variety of different roles that will help them at Amazon. Or if people decide, you know what, I've loved my time at Amazon, I want to go do something else now as well. We're preparing them to do that.
My wife loves her job. She owns her own shipping company. She loves what she does for a living. But there are days when we get to talking. She worked at Amazon 18, 19 years ago, before Amazon was the huge conglomerate it is now. And there's days she goes, you know, if I'd have just stayed at Amazon. So let's talk about what advice would you give? Because this is we're looking at you for advice. What advice would you give right now to people who are looking for that next great job?
Yeah, the first thing I would say is to head over to AmazonCareerDay.com, because again, those resources are helpful also not only for people who want to work for Amazon, but people that are interested in other jobs outside. That's the first thing. The second thing I would do is to say, dust off that resume. It may have been a minute since you've taken a look at the things that you've done, especially with so many changes over the pandemic, and take a look and make sure it's up to date, up to the minute with your skills, with those things that you've been able to accomplish. And not sell yourself short on your resume either. You know, there's some times to be humble. I find in writing your resume is not one of those places. So I would encourage people on their resume to really sell themselves and what they can bring to a company.
Have your best elevator speech in your resume.
Yes. Yes.
You know, people sometimes, they want to embellish it. We're not saying embellish on your resume, but make your resume pop as much as it can without stretching the truth. We don't want you to stretch the truth, but you need to make your resume pop. And it sounds like you can get great ideas on how to do that from the Amazon website today during Career Day.
Absolutely.
Let's then talk. You know, this is a company that had humble beginnings. You bought books. That's where it started. You bought books from Amazon. Now it's this large conglomerate. What is it when people say, you know, I don't want to work for such a big company. I like the small feel where people know each other and all. What do you say to those people about how Amazon, the family, is run, that it's not really this huge conglomerate company like you think?
Yeah, I would say it's the best of both worlds. Certainly, whether it's in a fulfillment center and those folks really getting to know the people on their shift and the people in their department certainly has that very small feel. I think in our corporate jobs as well, similarly, the teams have these unique cultures that really feels small, quite small in nature. On the other side of it, though, as we talked about before, we really do everything, and we're a huge company. So when it does come time when people think, hey, I think I might want to try something different, they don't have to leave the company to do that. If they think, hey, I want to maybe try something in an area that's going to require a different set of skills, they don't have to leave the company to do that. So I think it really is the best of both worlds.
Once again, where can people go to learn more about Career Day and participate in Career Day?
AmazonCareerDay.com.
AmazonCareerDay.com. Jenna Powers, she is the Amazon Director of Recruiting. Thanks so much for giving us some insight into this, and I'm sure with the Fulfillment Center here in Ocala, a lot of people will be logging on from our area to see about going to work for Amazon. Jenna, thanks so much today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Democrat Gavin Newsom